thank you everybody for being here. We're going to start off with our presidential candidates. We'll have everybody come up one at a time. Make sure to keep your answers short and concise, and we're very excited to hear from you. We'll start off by welcoming Niko Williamson to the stage. Here?
Thank you very much.
Thank you for being here. Do you want to start off by just introducing yourself, including your pronouns if you feel comfortable?
Of course. So my name's Niko Williamson. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm in my third year of the Interdisciplinary Studies program with a minor in sociology.
Great. And what do you think makes you a good candidate for this position?
I'm a good candidate for this position because of my experience with student advocacy. I've been involved at CapU since my second semester here through volunteering, student employment. I also have experience as the former Women's Student Liaison during the 2022-2023 term. And I am really committed to student advocacy, uplifting student voices, especially those that are underrepresented. And yeah.
Great. Is there one thing that you'd like to change about the CSU during your time?
I really want to bring in more board accountability. The CSU is paid with student fees. Like all the events, initiatives, and the paychecks board members receive are all paid through student fees. And it's really important to me to use that money responsibly and make sure that all of the board members are fulfilling their roles and responsibilities to the best of their abilities. And I really want to support board members in achieving all their goals as well.
And what do you find to be the most important duty of the CSU president?
Definitely the accountability piece. It's really important to have good leadership that holds the board accountable, supports them through their initiatives. And, wait, sorry, could you repeat the question?
Yeah, for sure. What do you think is the most important duty of the CSU president?
Yeah, definitely that accountability piece, as well as inspirational leadership. It's important that board members are inspired to do the best things they can as well, and to lead by example.
Yeah, thank you for speaking. And finally, is there anything you'd like to add, particularly about your campaign?
One of the things I really want to accomplish is unionizing student employees. Whether that looks like a student association or a real labor union, student employees are really compartmentalized and don't really have a united voice to advocate for themselves, and I feel that's really important.
Great. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, of course. Thank you guys so much.
Right, and next up we will have Sehaj.
Everyone, let's give a big warm welcome. Let's go.
Thank you for being here. Do you want to start off again by just introducing yourself and include your pronouns if you feel comfortable?
Oh, yeah. Hello everyone, my name is Sehaj. I am pursuing my study in International Tourism Management, and this is my second year in this university. Also, I am doing volunteer work from last like 5 or 6 months. We provide grocery, we provide accommodation, we provide jobs to people who do not have. We like helping students not in our like campus, it's also outside the campus. I have links in like all over Surrey or like in America as well. Like we have people who like fund like temple, so we have contact them so they can help like students who do not have like financially good and all the stuff. So when people need our help, we always there. No matter win or lose, I will continue my work till last breath. Yeah.
Thank you. And what do you think makes you a good candidate for this position in particular?
Good candidates is like leadership quality and also to run with unity, because we cannot fight alone. Yeah. So I have a quality where I can like arrange people together. So I can run CSU board better than other, I feel. Not a bad word for others, but I can run because I study in Punjab University, Chandigarh. I'm also vice president over there in 2021. So I know how to run a board, I know how to run a campaign, I know how to work for people, I know how to work for students for a better future or for like better outcome. Yeah.
Do you have any previous experience in the CSU, and if so, could you elaborate on it?
I don't think so. It's my first election here because last year I did not participate because that's my first semester. So like no one like know me. So it don't make any sense like standing in election, like cutting votes and all things. So at that time I'm not a deserving candidate, to be very honest, because I did not do any work. So now I stand up because I do work. So I believe in my work. So that's why.
Is there anything that you'd like to change about the CSU during your time?
Yeah, because right now the situation is Canada is like no one is getting jobs and all other things. So I want like CSU to organize more job fairs like once in a month at least. Because if we help students, students will help us. So we have to think about student. Also, we're talking about financially, like CSU should have to search on and think on fees fairness and cap on international fees, because like in nowadays the fees is getting up and up, so the people from like middle class family, they cannot afford the like fees. So we have also to think about that. We cannot like getting position and we just like taking money and all that stuff. We have to think about people, so people can vote you. And that's what. And also about grocery and all things, I like the fact that CS is providing grocery like once a week, but at least 2 or 3 times CSU should have to provide a grocery, because when I see a lineup, like people line up from here to cafeteria over there, yeah, and the grocery is like in small bag, so it doesn't make any sense to like people are waiting so long and after that they did not get anything and they just like frustrated. They pay a fees, CSU get a fund, and the government pays CSU a fee. So CSU should have to work in favor of students to fulfill their needs. And also if like people need any other help, no matter you win or lose, you have to help students. Is that the work of candidate? Yeah.
And finally, what do you think is the most important role that the CSU president should play?
I already mentioned like there is only one king in forest, that's called lion. So president is the lion of a university. So president should do not have to like only leadership quality, no accountability. President should have the quality to take people together, because there are lots of work in university. President cannot do alone. He has or she has to take people together. He has to or she has to distribute work to everyone, that motivate everyone, people get a leadership quality and arrange people like how you can work together, and also to understand the situation, not to like forcing anyone like do this work, do this work. Be patient, respect everyone, so everyone can respect you or love you back.
Thank you very much.
Thank
Thanks.
you so much.
All right, so next up we will have Sarang Deep Singh. Woo! All right, if you would like to introduce yourself and include your pronouns if you're feeling up for it.
Hello everyone, Privyet, Hola amigos, Namaste and Sasrikal Saryanu. My name is Sarang and I go by he, him pronouns, and I feel very delighted to be among all of you right now, my beloved CSU members. And yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so why do you think that you are a good candidate for this position?
I feel like every single person sitting in this room right now has that single piece of nugget, has that single piece of like talent which they can showcase to the world. Everybody has something which they can empower someone else with, you know. But I feel like that there are some things which go very well together. There are some things which are very compatible. And I feel like as a president, there are certain set of qualities which one must possess if they want to reach their highest potential in that particular role. I feel like a president should be aware. They should know how to listen to others. They should know how to solve a problem. They should have problem-solving abilities, and they should give others a stage to showcase their talent. You know, because at the end of the day, it is the Capilano Students Union. This is not a government. This is everyone together. You know, and I feel like that these certain set of qualities can make or break someone's presidency. My history and my work is inclusive of all these qualities. Back when I was in high school, I organized Modern United Nations debates for the first time in my school to provide everyone the opportunity to showcase their talent, to make people learn how to speak, because I think so everybody's voice matters. Somebody has to say, like, everybody's voice is unique. I have also opened a startup, like an online startup, which was about raising awareness about students' art, like where they can showcase their art, they can showcase their talent abilities. It was called the Purple Palace, but unfortunately, because it didn't receive that much funding from the school, I had to put it on hiatus, but that's what it is, you know. But yeah, and I feel like that I possess these qualities and I can be a very compatible force for the presidency.
Awesome, that's lovely to hear. So what previous experience do you have in this field?
Saying specifically for presidency, I wouldn't say I have been elected for a president ever before. I have worked with my school's union as a vice prime minister. Back in India, we used to call it prime minister. I mean, it's everywhere, it's kind of the same. But if I had to take one thing from my personal life, I think so it is how my code of conduct goes and how I carry out my daily life. I think so we are all presidents of our own lives. Is that correct? You know, we all have autonomy of our own. We wake up, we are like, all right, this is what we have to do, this is what we have to focus on, you know. I have a clear vision, like sometimes, okay, yeah, we can be a little bit slacky, but I have a clear vision. I wake up, I'm like, oh, here is something which we need to do and something like that. So I think so like that code of conduct, which I apply in daily life, I think so can be very helpful for this specific position.
Great, thank you. And what is one thing that you'd like to change about the CSU during your tenure?
Well, I feel like CSU has done quite some good things. Obviously, you look at it like, yeah, the reason why we are like here, you know, they have done amazing things. But you know, if we settle for what we have, we cannot grow. You know, growth cannot come like that. Change cannot happen if we stay transients. You know, so I feel like that we need to do a lot of work in events. I feel like we need to empower our student hub, because if you look today, everybody is facing, or you can say most of the people have some sort of, we have mental pressure. Like mental health is so serious these days. And when you track back, when you look at like why are so many people facing problems, there are so many international students who are coming here who have homesickness, who do not feel, who feel like that, you know, we are part of a new community. Who should we go up and talk to? It's the first day of university. Who should we talk? Where should we go? There are so many like underrepresented communities which need to have their own events. You know, we have like and some other stuff, like, you know, like wherever we come from any country, they have their own specialities. You know, I feel like our university has a big competitive advantage of that we have a vibrant community. You know, there are so many in my manifesto I wrote like specifically about like communities. We wrote like, it would be so fun if we could have like a Brazilian party. It would be so fun if we could have like Arabian dances or like European sing-alongs or something like that. We need to have like big holy festivals, you know. So I feel like those things which bring communities together, and it gives a chance to, okay, you can feel accepted, you know, you can go up to and talk to anyone. You have that sense of like big community. I feel like as Capilano students, that is still lacking somewhere. You know, some people say, oh, we are from UBC, or we are from SFU, you know. But as Capilano students, that kind of lower. And I want to work on that specifically, you know.
Thank you. Yeah. And what do you think will be your most important duty as CSU president?
I feel like in the role of presidency and my presidency, I think so management plays the biggest role. I wouldn't consider myself like as somebody who wants to rule over people. I want to manage people. I want to manage this organization efficiently, effectively. You know, my vision is very razor sharp. I want to work with what we already have and fine craft it to perfection. I want to stand before you guys, see what everybody wants, what is the biggest thing that my people right now currently during 1 year's tenure want, and then I will manage it. I'll be like, this is the people, these are the people's requirements. I am a manager. I stand before you as a manager. I am not a leader. I am a manager, and I will manage all of your guys' problems, the way I speak and the way I will conduct. The CSU is going to keep everyone out of trouble, you know.
Yes.
And I feel like that management is the most important key for
Lovely.
this role.
Is there anything else you'd like to add lastly?
Surely. Just to give a little bit of background about my manifesto. So it is about change, and funnily enough, change is an acronym for me right now. C stands for celebration. I believe we need to have many more events. We need to have our own clubs and even a pub, like a Capilano University pub. I think so. It could be great for financial stability. It can bring more people towards our university. H stands for hierarchy. You guys know about how much backlog it is when you guys go for therapy sessions or something. You can wait for 4 weeks. I don't want that to happen. I want guaranteed classroom enrollments. No, the wait list section has already been lifted off, but I want everybody to be enrolled in a classroom. I want we know that the BOSA students and the MOPA students have cohorts where they stay with the certain set of people they are with. I want to give that opportunity to every single person from every single study department, because it can be fun, just to stay with those people, and I want to improve the quality of life services. And A stands for awareness. I want to raise awareness about indigenous people, international students, women and queer students, and also about communities that are neglected even were overrepresented. For example, men's mental health, and also about the well-being of domestic Canadian students as well, because that can sometimes be put under the rug. And N stands for need. Yeah, we need so much stuff. We need more scholarships. We need a guarantee for that, that we need more employment. There are so many part-time students who are just not finding a job. I'm in 2nd semester right now. I still don't have a job outside of university. Tried so much. Where should I go? Who should I talk to? I think so. If there is a mentor in front of me who can be like, okay, you can be put on the ballot. We'll contact you. Here is your resume, stuff. I think so that will take the pressure so much lower. G is for growth. There is so much opportunity. There are so many talented people in an university. I believe in all of you. I believe all of you have some set of talent which can be, zoned upon. I want to organize events. I want to give you guys the opportunity, and want to incentivize you with the help of grants, awards, events, more money for sports. And E is for EEL. Don't let this opportunity slip away. Okay. And I believe in all of your guys' voting power. I believe in all of your guys' conscience, and I believe that you all will do greatly. So vote for change. But yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys.
All right, and then next, can we please have Ravinder Joshi please come up? Woo! All right, if you would be able to introduce yourself and also include your pronouns if you feel comfortable with that.
Hi guys, good afternoon to all. My name is Ravinder Joshi, and I go by he and him pronouns. And I'm a first-year student. This is my 2nd semester, and I'm doing communications in a diploma degree. So, and yeah, always up for change, and decided to go for it, because initially when I came here, I was pretty socially anxious. I was scared to talk to people, like my hand shaked when I used to talk to people. But now I then got to know and have more people around me in the gym, in the classes, and the professors. That allowed me to build my confidence up and just go for it. So.
That's lovely. Would you be able, so why do you think you are a good candidate for this position?
Yeah, I feel like the most thing I feel good about myself is just showing up. It's gonna sound surprising. I come from Abbotsford, every day, and show up, and I'm passionate and trying to love I love what I do, and yeah, it's like a big responsibility, of course. And just, yeah, I believe like passion, it just keeps me going, and trying to make a good environment around people. That's like my main goal, just to build a good community of people that want to grow, rather than just not gonna pull each other's legs all the time. So yeah.
Yeah, all right. So what previous experience do you have in this field?
To be honest, I have no experience. Yeah, this first time for everything. So, and that's it. Like, just go with it.
Awesome. What is one thing you'd like to change about the CSU during your tenure?
First of all, I want to definitely fix that door, for sure. Sorry, I know it's not serious, but it's been a while. It's been a while. And for some serious stuff, I guess I want to try to engage more people to have like engage in events, because most of the events are like late evenings here in CSU. Like especially if I live in Abbotsford, I have to go back home. I'm not gonna stay there for a while. Like I remember there was like an open mic happening, and I wanted to come up because I like to like stand up as well. Like I write my stand up. Like I'm scared, but I want to do it. And I know like more people in gym and in my classes as well, like have special interests, and they want to show it off to people, and but scared. But it's like, yeah, just trying to have more events and push people to do the things they love to do, and like don't hide away and just be who you are. Yeah.
All right, thank you. What do you think will be your most important duty as CSU president?
Like I said, like the most important thing for me is like as a leader, and it's like you're not judged on like way you do things, it's just how you keep people around you. Like respect matters for me a lot, and as a work, like when you're doing your work, just full of passion, just go doing for it. Like organizing events and probably dealing with some issues would be my biggest, and well, like Niko mentioned, like accountability, like it's like a big job, like, and yeah, it's like just like proper responsibility. It's not like you now cannot be like, oh, have it in fun. Like it's not like a boys thing, like it's, you know, hanging out with somebody. It's just a serious job, and doing respectfully, and just trying to create a good community of people. That's like my main goal. I've said like 4 times, but I feel like that's my main job.
Thank you. Lastly, do you have anything that you would like to add?
Like any issues or anything?
Anything.
Anything? I'm sorry, but anything to add? Like I'm saying that again, but I don't know. But I've known my friends a lot, like mental health. Like Sarang mentioned mental health before, so it just I've been struggling that bit too. Like just not able to like having good days or bad days, but when you have people around, it just makes it easy. So I want people to like not be shy of like needing help. Like I know people like some going through like some tough time, not be able to afford some groceries as well. Like, and you guys do that. That's pretty great. But yeah, just trying to help more people and letting them know like it's no shame in asking for it. Like, and just trying to do that.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, that was our presidential candidates. Everyone give us a round of applause. All right, so now we will be moving on to our VP Student Affairs candidates. And our first person will be Abhi Rai. And that's okay. How about we start with, oh wait, are they here? Yay, okay, sorry. Thanks for being here.
Just you know that I have a sore throat, so my pitch will go up and down.
It's okay. If you just want to start by introducing yourself and including your pronouns if you feel comfortable.
Hi everyone, my name is Abhijit. My pronouns are he and him, and I am currently in my 3rd year of my university, and my major is psychology.
Why do you think you'd be a good candidate for this position?
I think I'm the good candidate for this position because I am already in CSU as the Arts and Science representative, and I think student affairs fits me best because being with arts and science representative, I know how things work in CSU and what are the issues related to course planning, meeting with deans and faculty members, and also meeting with registrar to improve the course planning and each and every stuff and relating to events and everything. So I think I know how, if I get elected, I know how to work and how things can go smoothly if I get elected as VP Student Affairs.
And what is one thing that you'd particularly like to accomplish within this position?
So the first thing, I have few sets of work that I like to accomplish. That is increased courses in the summer intake, especially for the international students, as we don't really, as me being an international student, I don't really get into psychology courses. And second thing is reserve more courses for the last year graduates, because most of the people don't really find the courses they want to register in, and they have to push their semester further. And lastly, there is 24-hour access to the library, except for the exam period. I want library to be open 24/7. And other than that is increased hour of Tim Hortons and Chartwells, and their menu to be changed ASAP. And other thing is, you can say, is increased transit. And there's a lot of questions that, hey, when are we increasing transit? Just to let you know that we are working with me, with the help of VP External Affairs right now. We are working with the transit issue. We have already raised this issue with MPs and MLAs, and I also volunteered in Coffee with Commuters, and we got only 85 responses. So we'll issue out a form. So I want everyone to sign out that form so we can let transit know that the students want transit at the Capilano bus exchange at the backside of our university.
Great. And what do you think is the most important duty pertaining to this position?
The most important duty for student affairs is to conduct events and to meet each and every dean semesterly and to work with faculty representatives. Also, if I get elected, I'll personally meet with every dean with the help of the faculty representatives. So with the arts and science, I have already worked with making a council where we can work on course planning and everything. So this can go around with every dean, and we can have students on that council as well, so that it becomes a transparency between the students, CSU, and the dean as well. And also, just to add one more thing, CSU is not being funded by any government. It's just the students. It's just your money. It's everything. CSU is for Capilano people. So please don't really get that we get a funding from outside. We don't really get any funding. It's just Capilano students. We get the money from. Thank you.
Thank you. And finally, is there anything else you'd like to add in support of your campaign?
Nothing. Just vote for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
And then we will have Keshav Makker.
No, this is okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for being here. Do you want to just introduce yourself and share your pronouns if you feel comfortable?
Hello, everyone. My name is Keshav, and my pronouns are he and him.
Great. Why do you think you'd be a good candidate for this position in particular?
Honestly, it's just my experience. I've been working a lot with the university lately. I work with the student affairs. I am a program assistant over there, so I have planned out a bunch of events for the university, the planning, and all of those things. I've been a mentor to a lot of students. I'm still a mentor. I've been a mentor before as well, so I have had students come up to me and asking so many questions and asking so much help that they do not know of. So I've done that before. I have worked with pretty much a lot of departments on campus, and I know how they run, and I know what potential they have and what services they can provide, and I just want the students to know about them a little bit more. So yeah.
What are the main things that you'd like to accomplish within your time in this position?
Honestly, I just want more outreach of the CSU with the students, because the CSU does a bunch of things. We have Empower Me, we have the TransLink that is going on, we give them the UPass and everything. So I just honestly want the students to know about all of the services that the CSU offers and what all they can get out of it. Even the university, actually, I've had so many mentees coming up to me and asking for help, if it's mental health, if it's they want to see a support advisor, if they want anything related to their courses. Like I feel like a lot of people don't know about that we have student rights and responsibility advisors in the university. The university has them, and even the CSU has them. And people are not just comfortable enough to reach out to them because they just don't know about it. So I feel like one thing that I really want to do is do a little bit more outreach and just let students know about things, but because that will be my portfolio at the CSU. I don't want to work on a lot of things. I want to work specifically on a few things and make that happen.
Yeah. And finally, what do you see as the most important duty for whoever's holding this position?
I feel like for VP Student Affairs, it's definitely the event part. There's a bunch of potential that the CSU has. It has a lot of funding. It has things. It has the potential to do things. And I feel like events really help out students with a lot of things. Like even the small events, like if there's, for example, the Student Affairs runs a Wellness Wednesday. Even if it's a smaller event and people can drop in anytime they want, it's good for them. So like planning out smaller events all around the semester so that it's better for their mental health. Definitely listen to them and get all of their reviews, all of the things that they want, and getting them back to the CSU that the other board members can work upon. Yeah, that.
Thanks. Anything else you'd like to add?
Not really. I just hope you all vote for some experience over here. I've worked with 4 departments in the university. I've worked with the CSU as well. So I've done a bunch of things in the university, and I feel like with my experience, I know how things work in the university, and I know what things that can be worked upon, even in the CSU. So yeah, if you want to make a change, vote for me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
So that was all of our, sorry, that was all of our VP Student Affairs candidates. So let's just do one last final big round of applause. And now we will be moving on to the VP Equity and Sustainability candidates. So if I could please ask Kimia Nikoonam to come up, please. Hi. If you would be okay with introducing yourself and including your pronouns, please.
Hi everyone, this is Kimia. My pronouns is she and her.
Awesome. Why do you think you are a good candidate for this position?
Actually, I believe everyone born free, and despite of difference of skin color, gender, religious, and culture, we are human. And I see many things and I heard many things that is like the violence is happened here. So I nominate myself to establish a community which everyone gets enough and equal respect, love, and right.
Great, thank you. What previous experience do you have in equity and sustainability?
It's my first time. I just nominate myself for this position, but I'm health representative in CSU right now. I started my position since September, and I try my best to get best coverage for dental insurance. And right now I'm working on it, but we haven't announced anything because we just working on it right now. And it happened on May. Also, as you see me in like cafeteria in Birch Building or in like Good Airs, I work I just meet any like health standards and anything that people has to get from each other, like from services. So yeah.
So what is one thing you want to accomplish during your tenure, and who will you collaborate with to get it done?
Yeah, I just nominated myself for this position, and I want to focus on mental health issues because I think it's so important things, and I think that right now CSU don't pay attention enough to this issue, because if you can handle your stress day by day, you can work productively, you can use your abilities, and it's contribute to a better society. So I wanted to just pay attention to this part and also bring like, because it's multicultural university here, and I want to, because most of us come from another country and we have a different cultures with different ceremonies, so I want to bring all ceremonies here so you can just see those things here, and you can just you can just don't feel homesick here more than like other places. So we can just bring like other like ceremonies such as like New Year or any Hindi like ceremonies. So also I want to add such yoga sessions and like dance sessions, which is help people to reduce their stress. And yeah.
Thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to add finally?
Yeah, I just want to ask you guys, please just vote for someone and ask them to, because right now I see many board members or VPs that they work, but we need to talk to people. We need to talk to students day by day and ask them their stories, their issues, because violence or bullying is not such a thing that they can just talk about easily. So we have to have like we have to be around of the students, we have to talk to them, we have to go to bridge building and meet them in person and work hard about that, because we are a student, and as you know that we pay, and they pay us for these positions, and we have to do our best. So I think the most important thing is helping to each other. Just vote for someone that you really know that they can help you. That's it.
All right, thank you so much. All right, and now we will bring up Mantej Singh. I might have pronounced it wrong. Mantej, last name Singh.
He's left.
Oh, he left?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, great. So next person will be Hargun Kaur. Oh wait, no, that's so mean. Oh my gosh, sorry about that. But yeah, it's okay. Okay, sorry. Anyways, sorry. Do you know what the name of the next person? Sorry? Oh, okay.
We'll be inviting up Hargun Kaur next. Sorry, I was thinking about the last name.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Come on up, let's go. Everyone give him one welcome.
Thanks for being here. Please introduce yourself and include your pronouns if you feel comfortable.
Hi, I'm Hargun Kaur. My pronouns are she and her. This is my second year at CAP. I am currently in my 4th semester. I am also the Queer Students Liaison for the CSU Board of Directors this term. Thanks. That's all.
Sounds good. And what do you think makes you a good candidate for this position?
I mean, there's obviously the previous experience I have, but I feel like experience is subjective, and things like skills and abilities is something you can always learn over time. Although my experience is an asset, but I think what's something you cannot really learn how to do is to have the ability to care, to have the ability to be respectful to other people, to be considerate to other cultures and other orientations and other genders. And that's something that I feel is currently, I'm sorry if the shoe fits, that is something I feel is currently lacking in the board. And for sure there could be people worse or better than me, but the fact that I care and the fact that I can genuinely be respectful and considerate and have the patience in me to bring about awareness for the most basic things ever is I think my biggest asset, and that is one hill I think I'm willing to die on.
What particular accomplishments do you hope to achieve within this position, and who do you plan to collaborate with to get them done?
For me, the most important concern right now is that I feel like the current board of directors, the elected members, to be particular, it's a very homogeneous group of mostly cishet men. And even though it's great that we have a lot of South Asian representation, it is still very limited representation. And that was one thing I faced when I was campaigning for the 2023 by-elections, because when I was new here, I didn't know anybody else who would have the same intersection of identities that I do. The intersection of being brown, the intersection of being a woman, a queer woman at that. And I felt like I really lacked support and representation at that time, and which is why I decided to go for the by-elections. And so my major aim in this term would be to bring about more inclusivity and representation of peoples, because if you think about it, with the current board of members we have, it's just one black member, because we have one seat for one black member, and it's just one queer person because we have one seat for one queer person, and one indigenous person because we have one seat for one indigenous person. I'm afraid what would happen if we didn't have that in the first place. So, and that is also the reason I decided to not go for this position, not go for the same position this time, is because I wanted other queer people to also show up and also not limit myself to just my queer identity. So just to bring about more inclusivity and representation in the next term is what I plan on accomplishing.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Okay. And then lastly, we have Jaideep Singh Grewal.
Hi, thank you so much for being here. Do you mind just introducing yourself to start off?
Hi, my name is Jaideep and I go by Jas. My pronouns are he, him, and I'm a first year STEM student.
Great. What do you think makes you a good candidate for this position?
I think the one thing that makes me a good candidate is that I've been in a similar position in my high school. That was the activity in charge, and I was responsible for organizing all the events on campus. That'd be all the activities, assemblies, everything. And I think I've worked pretty hard on that, and that has given me a skill set that I can use here for events.
That's great. What is one thing you'd like to accomplish during your time in this position, and who do you plan to collaborate with to get it done?
I think the one thing I would definitely love to add is to add more of a campus life, because I'm a big fan of the typical university experience, and I would definitely love to see more of that. And especially more faculty-based events would be a great thing, because I feel like I'm a STEM student and I don't think there are enough STEM events on campus, and we have an amazing music department. When I'm like walking by those classes, I'm always like, if I could just stand here for a few more minutes and listen to their work. And I would definitely love to see that, if we could have some concerts for them. We have an amazing MOPA program, and I would definitely love to see what they're working on. So that's what I'm going to focus on if I get elected, that we should have more faculty-based events, that all the faculty gets their part of events and they get to show us what they're working on, what they've been learning. And in STEM, it could be like, there could be more workshops. We can get more exposure from the specialists and everything. So I think that would be one great thing that I would like to do.
For sure. And lastly, what do you think is the most important duty for someone in this position?
The most important duty in this position would be to have more fun events, because in university everyone's super stressed and we basically do not have time for anything. So if we could just take out some time and have such events on campus that gives you relief from your stress, and I think that would be great. So the most important thing we can do is to add more fun events, like not general events, but something that's much more fun, much more bigger. We can have themed parties, we can have concerts, like I said, something more outdoorsy. I think that would be super great.
Thank you so much. Anything else you'd like to add?
Lastly, I would say we should have more volunteer opportunities for students, because here at CAP, many programs are 2 years, like diplomas and associate degrees. So for those students who are gonna go up to some other university for completing the degree, they do need some kind of volunteering on their profile. So, but I felt that there isn't enough opportunities for volunteering, and if we have more events, we can definitely have more volunteering opportunities that I would love to work on. So
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So now we will be moving on to our VP external candidates. Can we please have Laura Morales Padilla please come up? If you would be okay with introducing yourself and also include your pronouns if you're comfortable with that.
Sure. My name is Laura Morales, and my pronouns are she, her. I have been working for the Center for International Experience since my first term in CAP, which was fall 2022. And then I joined the CSU Advocacy and Campaign Committee last year, and I've been part of the Capilano Courier crew since last year too.
Lovely. Why do you think you're a good candidate for this position?
Well, for the VP External, it's a huge responsibility to represent students with municipal, federal, and provincial decision makers. So part of this job is to keep informed, to oh, sorry. Okay. Well, part of this job is to keep informed, right? Is to know what's happening in the news, in the new policies, how are universities reacting, not just CAP, other institutions, to check the accountability reports, and also talking to people, right? Because students, faculty, administration, staff, they all have unique perspectives and experience that it's so valuable to have. And the best way to get that information is for people to trust, and they are always going to trust someone that shows how much they care, and finally to communicate this information, right? Because advocating is not a one-person job, it's like as many students as possible, because a collective voice is what makes change happen. And so I'm not hoping to win this election in order to start doing these things. It's because I've already been doing these things that I feel worthy of being a candidate for this position. And you can see some of the results of my research and my work in the QR codes that are in my posters. So far there's just one. I'm gonna put up a few more, but it's in the CSU Lounge. And yeah, basically I started writing articles for the Courier, and then by writing the articles, I talked to a lot of faculty members and staff and students, of course. And then I started doing videos, and then I started clipping the videos, because you have to find the best possible format to reach as many students as possible.
Thank you. What previous experience do you have in external or political relations?
Well, last year I started going to the CSU board meetings, because I found out they're open to all students, to find out what's going on and to find out how it works too, because I'm not, I didn't grow up in Canada, and where I grew up on, things are completely different. So I just wanted to learn how stuff happens, and the CSU staff always answering every single one of my questions. And that's how I started learning. And also with the previous VP External, she was one of the reasons I found out about the CSU in the first place. So I think it's very important, the continuity, because for one candidate to have ideas, it's really hard to have an idea that you can accomplish in 1 year, especially for an external VP, because, well, the problems you want to solve are actually provincial level, right, or federal level, so they're big problems. So you need to have this really good communication with the previous VP External, and you have to have that good communication with the next VP External, so that you can continue this conversation and you can move forward.
Thank you. What do you believe is the most important duty pertaining your position?
Most important? Oh, well, showing up, actually. It's a huge part of being a VP External and to be a student representative. And I know it sounds dumb, but it's not a given. And a lot of the current board members were not showing up in the CSU meetings, and that's one of the main reasons why I was showing up, because as part of the CAP Courier, it's our duty to keep them accountable and to keep students in the loop that, it comes from the student fees to pay these people to represent us. And so the basic thing you can do to represent students is showing up. But then, of course, keeping informed, communicating this to as many students as possible so that we can be a strong collective voice.
Awesome, thank you. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
For voters, I would like to share a few tips. So if you want to filter out some candidates, you can spend 5 minutes going to the CSU website and you can search for what the CSU has been doing in the campaigns. It's really short, brief, well explained, so you can have like a sense of what has been happening, and then you can contrast with what people are proposing to do, and you can see who has done their homework and are continuing this conversation and who hasn't. Especially for VP External, I've been reading some proposals, and really some ideas are great, but they're not for the right role. So also check what are the descriptions for each candidate, and you can see, for example, if I'm gonna be representing students with municipal, federal, and provincial decision makers and other student organizations, then it doesn't make sense that I want to make more events or I want to work on stuff that is inside CAP. So we got to be mindful of that. We have to find the candidates that are having proposals that are matching the descriptions, because if we have to be so informed and we have to communicate what we're learning to students, the bare minimum is to know the description of the role we're applying for. So that's another big one. And finally, this is for the other candidates because I'm not sure they are all here today. But I think if from what I read or what I hear, I find that there's another candidate that's more prepared or more motivated to do this role, I will cross my name out of the candidate list, because this role is way more important than my ego or aligning my resume or just gaining the experience. I really think, and the internet and you are my witnesses, that if someone feels like they really should, they are the most prepared person for the role, please talk to me. And I promise that if you convince me, then I'm gonna drop my campaign and I'm gonna support yours. But I will expect the same from you. So yeah.
Awesome, well thank you so much.
Thank you. Lastly, we'll be inviting up the VPs for finance and services candidates. First up, we're looking at Saadat Ali, if they're here. Thanks for being here. Do you want to start off by just introducing yourself and include your pronouns if you feel comfortable?
Yes, for sure. So my name is Saadat Ali and my pronouns are he, him.
Sounds good. What do you think makes you a good candidate for this position?
So I would say like my background is from business and I have been like more into accounting field lately, and my major is accounting. And secondly, I am at large representative at CSU. It doesn't count much because here at large position and the finance is like totally apart. They doesn't like fit in the one box. But still, like I have experience with CSU and I know what to do, what not to do, and what are the rules and regulations and where we lag or not. So that's why I think I'm a good candidate for that.
Can you elaborate on your previous finance experience?
So my previous finance experience isn't much, I would say. I would be honest with you. I don't have much experience, but yeah, my degree is based on business, and as I said, I'm going for major in financing. So I know all about like what to allocate and where to allocate and how much to allocate. I am good at that, I would say, and I'm pretty confident in that. Secondly, my job is also in a field where I play with numbers and figures, and I have to like, it's my full-time job, and I'm like always within the numbers, and I know how to handle them more accurately, I would say. I'm not like referring them to like the past CSU members or anything. I'm not doing that at all. But yeah, I'm like referring to myself. I'm good in that, I would say.
Great. And during your time in this position, what do you hope to accomplish?
So the main thing I would like to do is the allocation of the resources more accurately, I would say. like they have more impactful outcomes. And secondly, the resources that we are already providing, the services like the health and dental care and everything, I would like to work more on that because it's quite limited for the students. I recently visited the dental clinic myself just for a regular checkup, and I ended up having a negative balance. So I was pretty surprised with that. I'm like, it was just a regular checkup for me. It wasn't like much of a big deal. I thought it was gonna be like, okay, not that much of a big deal. I'm gonna be covered. But when I went there, it came as a shock that I was like minus $106 in negative. So like, that needs to be worked on, obviously. And secondly, accountability, I would say. Like, we lack a lot in accountability. I'm here, I'm ready to be like, whoever comes up to me and says like, oh, you're not doing this or anything like that, I'm ready to be there and explain myself, like what happened, what's up, everything. But yeah, I would expect the same for everyone else. I want to work on that a lot because I think that's where the CSU lacks accountability.
Thank you very much. And finally, any last notes you'd like to provide?
I don't have much to say. I would say if you guys think I am a good candidate, so please do vote for me. And if you think that you want a person who you can easily have access to, and like you just go out and like discuss anything with, I'm here for you. Like already people, I just stood up for this position because many students who have like built their own committees, and they are like reaching out to me, although it's not my job, and they don't know obviously like they should reach out to me or not, but I'm accessible to them, so they reach out to me for like events and stuff, like how can we like get the budget for it, can we be like financed for it by the CSU or not, and everything. So I told them like that wasn't my expertise and I'm not in that field, but since they were the ones who told me like you are more accessible to us and we would like you to have on the board. That's why I'm on the position.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Thank you.
And lastly, we'd like to invite up Sukh Sohal from the VP Finance and Services. Thank you for being here. And again, do you want to just start by introducing yourself and including your pronouns if you feel comfortable?
Hi, my name is Jaideep Kaur, preferred name Sukh Sohal, and my pronouns are she, her.
Great. Why do you think you're a good candidate for this position?
I think I'm the best candidate for this position because I'm a second-year student in Capilano, and I know that what kind of issues our students are facing, so I can bring those issues up. For example, new international students are unaware of the services provided by CSU. For example, recreational activities, empowerment sessions, and all those kind of things.
Can you elaborate on some of your experience in finance in particular?
Well, I don't have any previous finance experience, but I have attended few of the board meetings, and I have talked with the current Vice President Finance and Services, and he has given me a brief overview of the for this candidacy, so I just have that kind of experience.
For sure. What are some things you'd like to accomplish within your time in this position?
I would like to engage students more with the CSU because new students are not engaging with CSU by organizing more cultural events and workshops for student benefits.
Great. And finally, what do you think is the most important duty for someone in this position in particular?
The most important duty would be serving students. As the name says, finance and services. Budgeting finance, budgeting the events is not only one role, but engaging with students and knowing about their problems is also duty for the finance and services.
Thank you. Any last things you'd like to add?
Lastly, I would like to say that we can together we can serve better and we can build a better community. So yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Lastly, we'd like to invite up any latecomers. Anybody who is running for this election and didn't get called originally, please feel free to come up. We'll have you guys just one at a time if there's more than one of you. Perfect. Feel free to come up. I don't know who I was looking at.
if you would just be okay with just saying your name and or what position you're running for.
Oh yeah, for sure. This chair is my name is Michael Wu, and I'm a business administration student here in Capilano with my second degree. My first degree was Ukrainian commercial law degree. And so, yeah, I respectfully acknowledge that I work and study on the land of Ilwat, Squamish, and Musqueam. And yeah, so what was the first
We'll
question?
ask one other question. So why do you think you're a good candidate for this position?
Oh yeah, for sure. As I say, that I do have a bunch of experience, more than 5-year study experience in international universities. So I think I will be a good fit for VP of External because I have a strong bonds with other universities, and moreover, I do have a more than 6-year administrative experience with international companies, which I will be happy to share with our students and of course my friends here in university. And yeah, I serve as VP of Operations in HR Management Association here in Capilano. This experience I think I can apply to. So yeah, that's why I think I can be a good fit.
Lovely. So what is one thing you'd like to accomplish during your tenure?
Yeah, thank you for your question. During this term, as VP of External, I do have a couple of goals, and the main goal that I think VP of External should do is due to changes in immigration status and immigration policies of international students. We really need to do something with that. We really need to create some kind of like goals to achieve. I mean, all of international students across the Canada, because the way how government changing the rules, the way how they increasing the cost of our studying, the way how they just changing the main points of PGVP and other achievements that we can have after our graduation, it's not appropriate. And I think we should we should create some closer connections with other students' unions to achieve that goal. Yeah.
All right. What do you believe is the most important duty about your position?
The most important duty, first of all, I do believe it's to hear my friends from university, so to hear the students, and to create the closer bonds with other student unions as VP of External, of course.
Thank you. And is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to add something. And first of all, I would say that I don't think only about the external relationship. I really, as student, as who really enjoy to do the sport, who like to bench pressing, who like soccer, I think that we should have some changes. We have more opportunities to play sport, play football, to have more sport associations in our university. And of course, one of my goals will be to create a sport club. We do have the weightlifting club created a couple of months before, but I think it's not enough. We need more, like someone who plays soccer or basketball, etc., etc. Because if you are not professional, it's definitely something that you and you know how to play and you want to play with your friends. There is no ways to play with your friends in university. And the second point, of course, I will definitely say about my experience, and that I would create more opportunities for students who will graduate, not only from immigration status, but from the job perspective as well. And as I said, I serve as VP in HR Management Association for that cause, because I want to apply the knowledge that I have gained while working here in Canada and in Europe to help other students to get them a better job, to help them to get a better life. So yeah.
All Great, well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Was there anyone else that we might have missed or came in late? No? Okay, well, thank you all so much for attending, and we hope you have a lovely rest of your day.
Thank you.